Yeah.
I'm glad too. We've never actually spoken. We've only talked on the internet.
On the World Wide Web. It's
That's
always
right.
funny when you
That's
finally connect with people. I did go live with this. Um, oh, my brain is so mushy today. It
mine
is
too.
funny when you finally connect with people on the web, you know, that you've been talking to so long, because we feel like we've known each other for so long because we've connected in so many different ways between Twitter and Instagram and all those great facets that we use.
Right.
And you live where I grew up. I grew up in Fayetteville.
I know. Isn't that so weird, Bob, that she grew up in Fayetteville?
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That is so weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
Where are you, Bob?
I'm in Connecticut. Snowy, buried Connecticut.
Yep. I'm on Long Island. We're buried as well.
Yeah. Wow.
How you feeling, Andrea?
I'm tired. I'm tired all the time. But other than that, I'm all right.
Yeah. Well,
Yep. I had to cancel a bunch of appointments. I was supposed to be in Sloan, and obviously that didn't work out. So,
um, because you were tired or because of the weather?
now the weather.
Tell me your regimen. Like, are you on a injection or oral? What are you? What is your?
I'm on a drug trial right now. I'm on a new drug trial. I've been on it for about a year. It's 3 really big pills a day, and it is just kicking my ass. But I
You know
know.
what's funny? And Bob, I know you know from taking medication and from being around Bill, but
Right.
people think that when you are a stage 4 person and you're taking a pill that it's not like it doesn't
Yeah.
affect you the way an IV chemo does. They think, oh, it's a pill. She's.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Don't you agree? I think you get
It's probably
poo-pooed a little
worse.
bit.
I think it's probably worse.
I'm
And
thinking,
I think a lot of people don't even realize I'm working full time. A lot of people don't even realize I'm in doing treatment.
right. Exactly. Exactly. They probably just look at you and they're like, oh, well, I don't know what her deal is. Seems good to me.
Right. That's right. Yep. I
So
know.
3 pills a day, and what is it? What is the?
It's called ARN 810. It's a estrogen receptor blocker, but it blocks in a new way. It's my third or fourth drug trial. I think it's my third.
Okay.
Yep.
And you
So,
go to Sloan for this.
yep, yep.
Good, good, good. And you're happy there.
I love it there. Yeah, I like it a lot, but it's a trek into the city. I'm way out on Long Island, so it's over an hour to get in.
Right.
Uh,
I just asked recently. Oh, here comes Stacy. I just asked recently how far people have traveled for trials because I'm curious about that. I have a couple friends that have gone all the way to like Brazil to try a trial because
yeah,
anything for that last round.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Because eventually you run out, so you'll try anything.
But I did say, hey, Stace. Hello, girl.
Hello.
No, Stacy probably just came from chemo herself, and now she's at work all day, and now she's
Yep, I'm at work.
Oof.
yeah, she's taking the Red Devil and then going to work all day.
Mhm.
Oh, how are you doing that?
I'm okay.
Stacy, this is Andrea. Andrea, this
Hi.
is Stacy.
How are you?
Hi.
Stacy is also from upstate New York area.
Yep.
Oh.
Same town
You
as
still up?
same town next over from Anne Marie.
Oh, I grew up in Fayetteville, so I'm from up there.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that? It's just such a small little itsy bitsy world. I was just gonna say something and then it went. Oh, well, I have a girlfriend that just was told there is no more options for her, so she's trying every alternative medicine that she possibly can.
Really?
Wow, that's so.
Yeah, I mean,
Scary.
I think people just think that there's every chemo option out there, and there really isn't. And I think they also don't realize that, with a reoccurrence or with metastatic, that you have to go up a level. It's not like, oh, you could just have Toxil again. Oh, you can just have this again. It's, your cancer mutates and changes. It has to become stronger. I mean, that's the whole point of cancer. It's trying to do you harm. It's not trying to just have a little party inside you.
Yep. Yeah. And I don't explain that to people. I have a lot of people who say, how long are you going to be on the medication? And, I don't explain it to everybody. I just...
No. How could you possibly? You'd be doing that all day long.
Exactly.
I feel like sometimes...
I loved the title of this little...
What?
Oh, we lost you. Say it again, Andrea, say it again.
Oh, I love the title of this little talk of insomnia because I was on a trial that literally I could not sleep on. I had to go off of it because I was having so much trouble.
We all talk about insomnia a lot because it's not just that, we're awake for a lot of reasons. And I love it when people say to me, well, have you tried this? Have you tried white noise? I'm like, no, you don't seem to understand. I have hot flashes. My bones, from all my surgeries, I can't get comfortable because of my chest. My shoulders are killing me. My lymphedema will start acting up in the middle of the night. I'll have a hot flash just when I fall asleep, and then I'll start laying there, oh my God, I got a doctor's appointment in February. I got scans coming up. I got blood work. It's not as easy as a freaking white noise machine.
Right.
Then, and I don't have this, but like you just said, Andrea, sometimes medication keeps you up.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that it's not as easy as, oh, just take a white noise machine. You're going to be fine. Have some melatonin.
Yeah, melatonin. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, there was a whole argument on my page a couple weeks ago about melatonin because apparently melatonin has estrogen in it, and you shouldn't take that now.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up.
Interesting.
I can't keep up. Oh, we got Metzger Day here. Here comes another Metzger girl.
Hey, I think I'm here. I'm not sure.
You're here. Your voice is here.
Well, that's as close as we're going to get because I'm about to go head out and coach some kids how to shoot some guns, and that's what I like to do.
What the heck? I want to shoot some guns, you crazy, crazy girl.
Well, I'm running too late to shoot them on my own, so.
Andy, we have Andrea and Stacy are here too. I think you met, and Bob's here too, but I think you met Stacy. I can't even remember.
I don't know.
Were you here when Andy was here?
I think so.
Okay, but Andrea has the FUBC page. I think you might follow that.
I think
page.
I follow her. I think on. Do you Twitter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So this is Andy Swatz, and she's on Twitter too. So good connections here.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi, everybody.
Bob and I are like odd man out here. We're not Metzger, sorry. You guys.
That's all right. We love you anyway.
Yeah, whatever. I guess we're not in the in group, but it's all right.
You don't want to be in this group, girl.
No, we're good right now. Thanks.
Cheers.
You're very supportive.
We're clearly proving the 1 and 3.
Well, and then some.
Which I really think is much higher. How did you sleep last night, Andy? We're talking insomnia.
You know what? I tried. I've been reading, and of course it says get a routine, read a book instead of reading online, so you don't get that light in your eyes. And I turned the TV off, and I slept for shit.
Well, I was going to say, because I think you texted me about 1 a.m., so if you tell me that you slept, I think you're full of crap.
Yeah, I sleep in like 3-hour snatches.
Because then I texted you back about 3.
Yeah. And I got it about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I thought, I'm texting way too weird hours.
So do you guys find when you're insomnia like that, are you online, are you tweeting, or do you just shut off and just lay there?
I shut off.
You shut off?
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Bob?
I tweet, I Facebook, I do whatever. Yeah. I've been finding that I wake up. I think this is more a knee replacement thing than a achy everything
It
else.
depends.
Is that I'm waking up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'll go pee and then come back, and it's like I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
Way too early. So,
Way too early.
but I did, according to my Fitbit, I got 8 hours sleep last night for the first time in weeks.
Ah.
Woohoo!
So what are you using to monitor that?
I have a Fitbit Charge,
Oh, okay.
which recognizes when there's no activity, when I'm not moving for a period of time, it assumes you're sleeping, and then calculates it out from there.
Interesting.
Pretty darn
No.
accurate.
We probably all need that because we really do need to monitor when our body needs to rest.
It tells you, it tells you, like it says that I slept between 2:33 and 8:46 with 7 minutes restless for 4 times, and then I fell back to sleep from 9:25 till 11:37. 1 minute awake, 6 minutes restless for 3 times. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like they did that when I did a sleep study. That's the kind of detail they give you, and it'd be interesting to have that, just so you know yourself on a daily basis.
Yeah,
That's cool.
$99 I think for the charge. A Fitbit, so you pick it up at Sports Authority or Staples has them. Most Staples.
I think if we could get a little bit of sleep, I think we would be finding ourselves feeling a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
How to get that, I still can't quite figure out. If she's back, I think she rejoined. I think finding the sleep pattern is it's a very difficult process, especially with upcoming doctor's appointments and thinking about our friends and just everything in general. I think it's very hard to find a pattern of sleep. I really do. And I tend to lately, if I'm tired at 7:30, I'm in my bedroom going to bed at 7:30. I don't even care. If I can get 2 hours of sleep, I'll get 2 hours of sleep.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta take it
2-hour
when you
naps
can.
are the best.
Oh yeah.
You got to take it when you can.
Right.
Andrea, I know that you tweet in the middle of the night too. So do you find that you shut off the internet and whatnot, or are you?
It depends. It depends on how awake I am. I actually have a prescription that I try not to take every night, but I do take an Ambien.
Yeah.
I have a script. I
Sometimes-
take one every night.
I actually post all the time who slept tonight ... without drugs, because
Yeah.
we all try really hard to not take those sleep aids, but I'll tell you what, it's real hard to not get a good night's sleep without a little bit of something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Well-
remember I slept well without something.
Me either.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have Ambien anymore because when I was still working, I woke up at work. I had no idea where my car was parked. I had no idea how I'd driven the 30 miles from my house to my job.
Are you kidding me?
I am not. They talk about that's one of the potential side effects. Yeah, I had it, and I'm not allowed to have it anymore.
So, Andy, are you taking anything as a sleep aid?
No. I have no prescribed sleep aids. I might add a little Xanax at night.
Yeah.
Me too.
But I don't have any, like I said, I can't do the Ambien because I'm the one driving while asleep.
Right. And the reality is this is where medical marijuana should be coming into play a little bit more, because it does shut our brains off and it does relax us enough to get a little nap in.
Yeah, that's why I take
Yeah.
trazodone.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Hello, Singer family.
Hi, can't see you guys.
I know
Somebody
I
was in a second there.
too.
Can you turn your camera on?
I think I did. I'm gonna try.
It aggravates me that we don't have more usage we're not using medical marijuana enough anymore because we should be. For eating, for everything.
Yeah, I'm done.
Patricia and her husband, who are trying very hard to join us, her husband is a male breast cancer survivor.
Video, I think.
Andy, you said that you take Xanax sometime at night.
Yes. Oh, hey! They made it in.
I made it in. How are you?
Okay,
Good, how are you?
There's Patty, too.
Hi, Patty.
Guys.
I can't hear them. Can anybody else?
I can hear you. I can hear them.
I'm going to raise
Okay.
my volume to make sure.
I can hear.
Andy, can you hear him?
No, I can't hear them at all. I can see them.
Oh, I can hear him.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Michael.
Okay.
It might be just because I'm trying to do this on a phone.
Yeah, sometimes the phones do work a little wonky.
Yeah.
But I think Andy just asked you about your Xanax and how, and taking it. Are you taking the full dosage?
I don't take the full dosage. I take, I have 0.5, and it's written, the prescription's written for me to take 0.5 twice a day, and I usually just take I take half of one of those when I start getting anxious. I try not to take that every day either.
Yeah, I don't think doctors really understand the level of just how anxious we are after cancer. They do a great job of trying to combat and really help during the process, but afterwards I don't think they really comprehend what it's like. I honestly believe that most doctors do not take post-traumatic stress real, and especially for masters, I don't think they really look at it.
Well, one of the things that I've been doing is that I took part in a study here to just discuss tips for dealing with insomnia, and they gave us like little survival tips and things like that, and then monitored us through cortisol. Had a spit in a tube. That was interesting, but to check out and track whether or not, because sleep affects your cortisol levels, and so they did a before and after to see based on where you started, and then after you went through this little workshop and stuff like that, and we're getting better sleep in theory, that your cortisol levels should be lower.
Huh.
Yes, they did like non-drug approaches to it, and they also recognized that it was partially PTSD as well as just general anxieties that we were all just talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky that my doctors do acknowledge it, but I have honestly, I just had someone email me the other day and say that she's 6 months out of her surgery, 3 months out of all of her treatments, and when she went for her checkup, she said to her doctor she's having a very hard time sleeping, she wakes up anxious, she's a nervous wreck, and her doctor looked at her like she was crazy.
Really? Oh my God. Yeah. I'm a new doctor.
And that's what I said to her. I was like, your doctor's wrong. This is completely normal. We all feel this. It's a roller coaster ride. And then when you sit back and you think about what just happened and it's setting in, that's when your mind's catching up to your body and you're realizing what happened. So, of course, you're going to wake up in the middle of the night freaking out. I mean, how could you not? Mm-hmm. So insomnia plays a part in that. Absolutely. Of course, you're going to go through a period of time where you cannot sleep. And I don't know. I was never a great sleeper, so I can't say that I will ever get better because that's just how I was before. So I don't know. I know people that are like 5-6 years out and they're like, it gets better, it gets better. I don't think for me it will because I never was a great sleeper to begin with. I have friends that have told me all sorts of wacky things that they do. My lymphedema is really bad on my right side. And if I sleep on that side too long, I wake up and my arm is killing me. And I was telling a friend this, and she told me she sleeps with a tennis ball in her bra. Did I tell you guys this already?
No.
Okay. No. She sleeps with a tennis ball in her bra, so every time she rolls on that side, she automatically rolls back over. And that's how she's gotten by the past few months, by not rolling on that side. Well, I'm not sticking a ball in my bra.
I prop a pillow alongside me, so I have to sleep on one side.
I do that's what I do the same thing, but I still end up. That's the way I slept. I slept on my on the right side. It's adjustment. I mean, you know, we all try to find our little, I don't know what's, but sleeping's a difficult thing afterwards. You know, your body is just, and I don't know, maybe Michael, for you it's different because, you know, guys can probably sleep on their chest now. Women, I can't sleep on my chest anymore. But a guy doesn't have, you know, after your mastectomy, it's just, you didn't have them to begin with up there, so it's not like you had breasts to lay down on.
I never was a chest sleeper, always was a back sleeper, so no problem with that. I'm fortunate.
So, you know, I think that's kind of an issue as opposed to with the women. I think that's why part of it is getting comfortable, that it's awkward to us now. Mm-hmm. You know, with the implants, with whatever you had, I think that's part of it. It's just an awkward to get comfortable.
Right.
Do you have insomnia, Michael?
Not normally, but when I do, I'll join you with a little Xanax. That definitely helps me sleep.
Wait, say it again. I didn't hear you.
I said normally I don't have insomnia, but if I did, I would use the Xanax to help sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to get sleep. It's so important. I mean, it just really is. It truly, truly is. And what's funny about getting comfortable is, I mean, I have no feeling in my chest, so it cracks me up that I have no feeling there, but yet I can't get comfortable there. Bizarre, you know? Very weird. Very weird. So, did you get pounded with snow, Michael?
Oh yeah, we got probably a foot here, which was enough for me. It was a busy day shoveling.
It was just so funny because we didn't get any, and everyone kept saying, "Did you get a lot of snow?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah, I think they over forecasted it, but I'll take that any day rather than being unprepared. So,
Right.
Spent the afternoon in the bar having lunch.
Nice, nice. How's it going, Stacy? How's your treatments been?
Good. I have 2 left of our friend, and I feel okay. You know, all things considered. You know, the only thing is I think my gut is going south, but other than that, I feel okay.
Of course. Of course. How could it not be? All that junk coming into you, you know?
I lived on.
But I get paranoid if it's like, oh no, is it gone somewhere else? You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. How can you not start thinking crazy things that... Yeah. Half the problems we think of are in our head, and they're not real.
So that's what keeps me up at night. Like if you look at my Facebook, I posted something today that kind of sums that all up perfectly.
And what did you say?
I was something that somebody stole from somewhere else. It's one of those internet memes. It's like, you know, 99% of my I have 100% problems, but 99% of them are in my head.
Right. I posted something similar like that today, actually. That's weird. We definitely make our own problems. We definitely do. And, you know, it's easy for us to all sit back and say all that stuff, like, you know, stop creating your own problems. But when the problems are in our head, they seem so real, don't they? And so lifelike. Mm-hmm. They really do. They truly do. Michael, throughout your diagnosis, have you been involved in many organizations that have brought you to meet more male breast cancer survivors?
Yes.
Besides Bill.
The Male Breast Cancer Coalition was another one, and met Brett Miller through that. And actually, we did a photo shoot in Manhattan with Bob DeVito, and there was nine men there. So I met all of them, and I see them on Facebook every now and then.
Yeah, it's such a small little, group of men that I think I probably posted almost everybody's story at one point on my page just because they're not as vocal as the women are about blogging and all sorts of.
Because the stigmatism is ridiculous.
It's unbelievable. It blows my mind.
Well, especially for men, because...
that's what I mean. That's where exactly, for men.
Yeah, men don't have breasts, so nobody talks about it. Nobody's ever heard of it. if I do mention it, they're in shock. And, you know, that's what it's all about, is spreading the awareness that men have breasts too, and we get breast cancer also, although it's a small percentage.
To me, it doesn't. The small percentages does not matter to me, because if it's one, that's one too many. Because, like I said last week, and I'll say it again, you know, if that number was the flu, it would be an epidemic. So I don't understand why we're not doing more about it. And, you know, Bob and Nick and I have all discussed doctors' offices doing more, talking to their patients more about it. I mean, you have breasts. It's a simple checking of your breasts. It's not like, I don't understand. I wrap my head around it. And I'll tell you, the day it resonated with me was last summer. My son had to have a hernia operation, and we were in the doctor's office, and they were doing a family history, and they said, has anyone in your family had cancer? And my son very proudly was like, my mom was a breast cancer survivor, like, you know, so proud of me. And I got really choked up, and I couldn't even, like, utter words. And I left there, and I was like, oh, my God, my kids have to check that on their history for the rest of their life. Like, I left there really upset. Like, not that I didn't know men could get breast cancer, because I clearly knew that, but I didn't think about my kids getting breast cancer, because they're boys. I have 4 boys. And then literally, like, a week later, I was talking to Nick Sadler. So I'm a very big believer in the movement to get it out there, because my kids are checking it on their medical history. It's there. And you can't tell me that there's not more genes out there, because I know almost every single man that has been diagnosed with breast cancer doesn't even test positive to the genes that have been linked. So you can't tell me that there's not. And then if you ask them, prostate, colon, all the hormonal, like, cancers, it's somewhere in their family.
Well, okay, I've got a friend who both her grandmothers, her mother, 3 of her 4 aunts, a couple of cousins, all have breast cancer. And yet they're all testing negative for BRCA1 and 2.
See, and then I bet, Andy, if you ask them, they have colon cancer in their family.
Yep,
they probably
they
have
do.
Thyroid.
No, colon was the other biggie. One had ovarian as well.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but see, not just the cancer. Like, I wonder if they have this, like, even if they have, like, nodules and cysts, like precancer like stuff going on in their body, on their ovaries, on their uterus, or, you know, if their PSA levels are high, you know, just any of that junk going on, any of it. I guarantee you it's there, because that's all hormones.
Oh, yeah. And you start looking at how many hormones are getting put in our meats, or, you know, hormone disrupting agents that are not allowed in other countries are being allowed here, and you start really trying to limit what's coming into your body, either by changing your detergent or, you know, I mean, a whole host of things.
I actually didn't even care if I tested positive for the gene. Like, it didn't even, people were like, don't you want to know? I'm like, well, if I test positive, what is it going to do? I mean, I tested negative, but
I feel the same way. That's why I haven't done it.
Wait, say it again?
I feel the same way. I haven't done it for that reason. I'm like, you know what? Who cares?
I don't know. Like, I believe
I've done it now, or I'm going to do it next month. After 7 years after treatment, I'm finally, or 7 years after initial diagnosis, I'm finally going to do that next month. And it's not so much for me; it's more for my nieces, my son, you know, my brothers. You know,
yeah, I get that. I don't have
kids.
kids. So.
But no one in your family can get tested until you get tested.
Right.
So, like, you can't say, like, your son couldn't get tested just to get tested because his mom had breast cancer. You have to be positive in order for him to get tested, which is bold, because I know people who, okay, so my friend Colleen and Christine, they had breast cancer, their mother had breast cancer, their aunt had breast cancer. Only one of them has the gene.
So so where did it come from?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's some kind of dominant recessive genes, going back to high school biology here, guys. Give me a minute.
Right.
But, you know, just because one person has it, the other person has a 1 in 4 chance of having it, depending on how everything goes, whether it's dominant or recessive. And they can be a carrier, you know, they can be carriers of stuff and not have the disease. I mean, think of like MS or muscular dystrophy.
Well, and, you know, I think the fact is that sometimes you get cancer.
Yeah, I think sometimes you're just exposed to stuff
that never will have an explanation, and that is really hard to swallow for us as human beings sometimes, because we want an answer for everything. Hi, Bob.
Hi.
He's back.
A little technical.
You know, I think we want an answer. I don't know about the rest of you, but I went through a phase where I wanted an answer. Like, why did I get this? How did I get it?
I did. I went for the BRCA testing, and I don't have children.
You know what? I didn't worry about that so much initially. Now I'm looking back, going through my family history, trying to get a more accurate family history, realizing that what I thought, one of my aunts, I was told, had skin cancer. Turns out that wasn't what she had. She had ovarian cancer. I was like, that would have been good to know, guys.
Oh, my God.
You know, I mean, but this is the kind of stuff that now I'm going through my family tree going, okay, would I have watched myself a little closer had I known all this? I possibly have the Ashkenazi Jewish heritage, which is another risk factor. It's not anything I can control, but would I have been more vigilant? Maybe. You know, I just went, I don't have Jews, you know, I've only got one grandmother that's got breast cancer, and then after diagnosis, I find out all these family members have all this stuff. So I think I'm going more for education than to scare. You know, hey, just know what you're walking into the world with.
I think we do need to be educated, but I also think that part of it's not just in our family; it's in our environment. I mean,
well, yeah. Look at the Marines in Camp Lejeune. All those male Marines with the breast cancer in Camp Lejeune. That's not hereditary. That was, you know, they finally tied it years later to a source.
So, you guys told me about that, and I've read a little bit about it, but when they tied it to it, then what does the government do with that? Like, do they just say, okay, sorry about that?
Pretty much. You can't sue the government as a veteran.
Yep.
Do you, Michael and Bob, do you guys know any of those guys?
Yeah.
There was one in the male breast cancer brothers who passed away this past year.
That's right. That was Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, he was one of the Camp Lejeune Marines.
I didn't realize that was Peter.
Yeah.
Now it's all, see, my brain, how it works. Like 10 days later, it's all coming back.
Yeah.
But the government denied any knowledge or any wrongdoing.
They did.
Right.
Of course. How could they not? How could they admit that? And that, you know, that goes back to, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what happened in the Pennsylvania area. In Philadelphia, in the outskirts of Philadelphia, there were 22 counties that were doing hydrofracking that were having, like, bursts of cancer. Like, it was outrageous, the amounts of cancer. And people were leaving their town because there was so much cancer, and it was all being directly resulted because of hydrofracking and the chemicals used in it. But now they swear that it's not. They swear that the chemicals in there are not. But 700 of those chemicals are linked to cancer. I mean, we can't deny it.
Yeah, the pink drill bits makes it all bad.
Oh my God, don't even get me going. I wanted to get a bus going. I swear to God, I wanted a bus. I was gonna hire a pink bus. I tried to find one to go to Philly, to go to Pittsburgh, with a load full of people to protest that. I was disgusted. I mean, what are you, nuts? Even if you don't believe, even if you believe in hydrofracking, I have no problem with your beliefs, with whatever. You can't deny that some of those chemicals are cancer-causing agents. You cannot.
Well, I mean, the same with dry cleaning fluids, and 10, 15 years later, they go, oh, whoops, you really were right all along. These do cause cancer. Oh, sorry.
Well, and my son had such a good point. He goes, Mom, why don't they just make a cigarette box pink? Because, that really isn't proven that cigarette smoke causes lung cancer. It's just said that it is. I'm like, you're absolutely right. You can deny all you want that cigarettes, are harmful, but it's linked. It's linked,
Sure.
I don't know.
I just had to throw that in there. I know that's your hot button. I just had to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You got me going. I was so irate about that drill bit. It had me, and my husband, who's normally a mild-mannered person, and he doesn't usually get involved in anything, he was so angry about it. He was signing the petition. He wanted to know how much money we could take out of the Chase Fund for Stupid Dumb Breast Cancer to get the bus to go down to Pittsburgh. I thought the man was going to lose his mind because he's so against hydrofracking. Like, during February break last year, he made my children write letters to the governor about stopping hydrofracking. That was my kids' February break, project.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Michael, what were you saying?
I said that's great. I was very proactive. That was good, the letter writing campaign.
Yeah.
And I'd ride the pink bus with you there.
Yes,
I know Michael doesn't know me very well, but I love pink. I absolutely, completely, and totally love it. I think it's a fantastic color, but it's a frickin' color. It's not gonna cure cancer. I hate to tell everybody, it's really not. But it doesn't mean I can't wear it.
I'm just sick of it by October 15th. I can't go anywhere, and by the end of October, I'm just cuckoo. I kind of barricade myself in the house and go, I don't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you know my frickin' what's the name of that store? Dollar Stores story, don't you?
No.
We are in the dollar store, and my kids are very aware. Like, they are. I have taught them very well. You guys all know the NFL is a non-for-profit organization. I have 4 boys. I've had to educate them. They know all about it. So I've had to educate them about anything pink. Pick it up. Where's the money go? Is the money going to something? So they get it, and it's my hot spot during the month of October.
Right.
So we are in frickin' the dollar store, and there's this huge booth. Okay, and the guy says to me, "Do you want a dollar? Do you want a dollar to go to breast cancer?" And I said, "Excuse me?" He goes, $1. He's got a ribbon, one of those cutout things. Do you want to give me $1 for breast cancer? And I said, "Where does the dollar go to?" He goes, "A research company." I said, "A research company? What's the research company?" He goes, "Wait, here's the kicker. I don't know. I only get $1 for every time someone gives $1 for it."
Well, there's your motivation.
I looked at him and I said, "Will you tell your manager that you hit the frickin' jackpot because I got 2 to breast cancer?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I had breast cancer and I find that completely offensive." And he goes, "Sorry, ma'am, you don't have to be so angry." And my son was with me. He goes, "Oh, you're catching her on a good day. She's in a good mood. She didn't rip you apart." I walked out of there and I called the company up. And I said, "I want to know where the money's going. Where are you giving money to? You give $1, where's it going to?"
Yeah.
You know what he told me? St. Jude's.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Being in Memphis, while I support St. Jude, and I know that some of their research transfers over, they're
What
not
the hell
really
is
a
that?
breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
That's not a breast cancer facility. I'm just saying.
I was like, "You've got to be freaking kidding me." I wanted to go back and rip all the pink ribbons off the wall. I was like, I was like shaking mad. My husband came home and I talked about it for like 5 days. I posted about it. I was like, I was so angry. I posted the customer service number on my website. I'm pretty sure that I couldn't even go back into the dollar store without that. I got a wanted poster of myself in the dollar store. I was so pissed.
Wow.
But see,
Hey, going back to the fracking, there was a post on Facebook today by Men Have Breasts Too, and it's a whole article about the fracking debate and all of the chemicals that are included that have been linked to male breast cancer through occupational exposure, let alone having it in your drinking water. So if you get a chance on the Men Have Breasts Too,
all right.
It was
I'll
by
definitely share that. Well, and I think that people don't really get that. I think that it's something, they don't really look at it, how serious it is. And I think the reality of breast cancer, because it's hormonal, the chemicals react differently with it. I really believe that. I believe the hormones are playing a big part in this whole big frickin' thing.
It's your immune system.
Yeah. Lisa and I were discussing earlier this week, and we were talking about how we talk a lot about how tamoxifen and all the medication that we take really affects us, and I really wonder if it isn't the surgery itself. When someone has their leg amputated or their arm amputated, a lot happens to them, mentally, physically, everything.
Well, you still have the phantom pain and everything like that, so
Sure.
I would expect you would have the same with a mastectomy. I didn't have one, so I don't know.
Well, when you have a mastectomy, I mean, it's an amputation, and it's nerves, it's muscle, think about all of that to your body. I mean, it is traumatic. How can it not mess with us on a whole level? And then you add all the drugs and the treatment and whatever else is coming on top of that. I mean, it's overload. It's complete overload. Complete. So I really believe adding the chemical part to it, hydrofracking, whether you work with chemicals, whatever it is, I think that it plays a major part in it. I grew up near a plant, Bristol Myers Squibb. I grew up right near there.
Me too. I remember the smell of penicillin being made.
Yeah. There's actually a group called the Kids of Bristol. The Kids of Bristol. And I can name you 40 women, 40, above and below me with breast cancer. I have 3 girls in my high school class that I am in constant contact with that have breast cancer.
Wow, interesting.
I mean, that I know of. That actually is probably more than that. It's probably 5 in my class, not even above me. I mean, but 40 women above me and below me that have had breast cancer.
Wow.
That
Interesting.
doesn't even include the teachers. I mean, I think my high school was toxic. So. Well, this was a good little, and you had to start talking about hydrofracking and everything else, didn't you?
Stir in the pot.
Yeah.
I think Lisa's listening. She just said to stop talking about me. Well, I enjoy our little chit chat. If anyone ever wants to talk about something specific, just let me know and we'll talk about it. Does anyone have anything that they want to address? Or, I mean, we can really always talk about poop if we always run out of anything.
It's our most watched subject.
keep it clean.
Oh, if we got to keep it clean. I mean,
If we have to keep it clean, bring the diaper wipes.
I mean, honestly, yeah, you can use disposable wipes. I'm just saying. But seriously, if anyone ever wants to talk about something specific, just let us know.
Okay.
And we will discuss it. Yep, Lisa's definitely watching, so I can't talk about what a bitch she is.
Feel the love. Feel the love.
Anne-Marie has an article on Patty's Facebook, so if you get a chance, go into...
I can't see anyone's private Facebook, but you can post it right on SDBC, right on the timeline.
Oh, okay.
I left it open, so post it right on there. I'll definitely share it for sure.
Okay.
That would be great, because I know other people would like to read that. So, you guys all have a really great day. At least the sun's shining. I hope it's shining where everybody is.
It is.
Yeah, it looks like it. Here in the
Shining
kit.
here. It's like 10 degrees, but it's shining.
Yeah.
Go get some vitamin D.
Vitamin D, it's good for me.
Yeah, more
Yep.
snow coming here in the Northeast.
I know.
Bye, gang.
All right, guys, have a great day.
You too.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.